Elaine Allred, also known as Senora, to my 4,000 students who I taught for 34 years in high school. And my daughter-in-law, Devin Allred, is one of the producers of the show, The Socially Distant Show, where she is setting up a relief fund for the Las Vegas performers. These young people are out of a job, obviously. The Strip is closed, Vegas is closed. They're the workers who entertain us, and they don't have workers' insurance. They don't have regular pay if they don't work. So Devin and Nina, the producers, are bringing in magnificent talent from Vegas off their shows to come and produce and put on an episode for you. So please subscribe to it, and you'll definitely enjoy Vegas shows without going to Vegas. And we're asking that you contribute or donate something. I know I was sitting at home thinking, well, not at home, in my cabin, thinking, what can I do? Because I'm safe right now. And so everybody was doing a little something, so I decided I would make masks. So I contacted the doctors in my life in the hospitals who are right there at the front line, including my son, Jay Allred, who's on the front line in Santa Fe, New Mexico. And so I started making cloth, 100% two-ply masks according to the CDC guidelines, and I'm sending them all over the country as my donation. So if you have a little bit extra to donate, I know everyone's asking, but maybe you're sitting at home saying, what could I do? Help these young kids out by donating any amount. Obviously, you know that every little bit starts to add up, and then Devin and Nina can pass this out and help them pay some bills and feed their babies and maybe buy some diapers, whatever. Please, and mention my name so I know who donated. Thank you. So I'm going to show you how to make a mask, just in case you know how, or how to sew, or you have somebody you'd like to send this to. But just think, if you use this tutorial, then I'm asking you to donate a little something to the Las Vegas COVID-19 Relief Fund. Okay, so we're going to start with 2 pieces of fabric, 100% cotton, tight weave, and we're going to cut it into 6 inches by 9 inches, and you need 2 of them. So it'll be a double ply. You need 2 pieces of elastic, 7 inches long. If you want a bigger one for extra large, go 8 inches. And you will pin these onto one of the pieces. Maybe a finger away from the edge, you pin it on. And one on the other side. And of course you need one on the opposing side. Same thing, you're going to pin it, maybe a finger up from the edge. And we're going to pin this on. There you go, and I'll show you what it looks like if you want the finger measurement right there. This is what one of them, that's what it looks like. And it's the right side of the fabric. And I'm going to get an opposing color, or any color, it doesn't matter. And I'm going to place it over that. And I like to pin it just to make sure that it doesn't come apart for me. Pin it on each end. It should fit exactly over the first piece that you have the elastic on. Okay, I'm going to stitch it with a regular stitch. This one does not need to be a double stitch, but perhaps later it will be. I have it on a regular stitch. Okay, and now you can see where I'm going to meet my other piece. I do back stitch it so it doesn't fall apart when I turn it. And I remove all the threads and I turn it inside out. It's called birthing. I pull it, and it's still not done because the corners are still not open. So I found that if you take a pen or a pencil with a blunt end, you put it in the opening and you gently push out the ends so that you have an exact rectangle. All 4 need a little push, not much, it'll go through. After you do this, go ahead and pin your opening so that you make sure it closes when you sew it. Okay, the next thing you need to do is make pleats so that it'll fit other people. You want to make pleats like this, and I'll show you. You just fold it over and pin. If you're a good seamstress, you probably don't even need to pin it. You can do the pleats on your own as you sew. This is for the rest of us who need help sometimes. And I do 3 pleats on each side, and the pleats are so that it opens up and makes a large coverage. So I go to this side, same thing. Going to make 3 pleats. Your pleats should go the same direction on both sides. So these pleats, as you can see, I think you can see, are upward. So I'm going to make the opposing side pleats upward as well. I haven't had to measure the pleats. I just kind of put them in there and they are just perfect. So this is what I have before I start sewing them. And I sometimes like to do opposing colors, but it sure isn't required. I'm going to use a double stitch I have on my computer, on my sewing machine. So it does the double stitch the first time. I don't have to go over it 2 times. And I start in the center of one side. And this happens to be going back and forth because it is double stitching for me. Okay, on this side, I'm going to take my pin out before I break my needle. I've broken a lot of needles. Try to get the end because I want the opening closed now, and I don't want it to open for any of my hospital people. These threads out of the way. Okay, last side. I'm going to pull the pins out before I cover them, before I sew over them. And then this, I will meet it up to the stitch that I began with. Cut all those little threads out. Oops, we have a few here. Just makes it prettier if you get all those threads thrown away. So this is your finished mask. If you need it for extra large, use maybe an 8-inch elastic instead of a 7-inch. And they gently go over and they cover quite a bit and they're quite tight. Apparently that helps. If you can send $1, please send $1.